How's it going, Illuminerdi? This is Bryce West with the Illuminerdi. I am here with Peter Jang. He starred as Ryu and Scorpion in the Superpower Beatdown series, as well as the Power Rangers Street Fighter crossover, Power Rangers Legacy Wars Street Fighter Showdown. Peter, how are you doing today?
Doing great. How are you doing?
It's been going all right. The con's been great so far. So first of all, you've kind of joined this Power Rangers legacy in somewhat of a unconditional sense. What has it been like? Because obviously you started off with the Street Fighter Showdown crossovers with Jason David Frank, and then it kind of sort of spun into this whole. Now you're doing the official crossover with Legacy Wars, and you got your own figure. What has this all been like?
Well, you know, it's been really kind of a whirlwind of everything, because when we first started out with That in the Sun, it was really just a fan film. Like, he wasn't involved at all. We choreographed the fight together, and it was just a lot of fun, you know. And then he liked it so much that he joined on. And the next one, he wanted to be a part of it. And then after that, he's just like, I want to turn you into a Power Ranger. And it's just
he being Jason David Frank.
Yeah, Jason David Frank. Yeah. And then just, you know, going from fan film to legit, it was just such a dream that I never even thought that I had. Yeah. You know, and you know, first time seeing him, even just doing Ryu versus the Green Ranger, and him after 20 years pulling out the Dragon Coin and, you know, Dragon Zord, and like my 10-year-old mind just exploded.
Same.
You know, so you know, everybody just pulled out their phone and just like had to watch him do it. It was amazing to see, and so I'm just so thankful that Aaron brought me on to, you know, be part of the Bat in the Sun family, and then introduced me to Jason, and then Jason came on, and he was such a dream because he just loves his fans so much, and he really liked what we were doing, and and as an artist, to know that like somebody who we were, you know, really you know, partly doing this for, really appreciated it. You know, it just, I don't know, it was just a dream. And now that everything has been going, you know, the crossover just keeps on going, and, you know, it's just like, I don't even know how to deal with all of it. I mean, I love to see it, you know, and you know, we all miss Jason so much, and, you know, he was such a good person. You know, I'm so honored that I was able to call him a friend, and to know that, you know, it's still going, you know, in Ryu, and it's still going into the Power Ranger universe. Is just, oh, it's a dream come true.
I mean, it feels like, you know, like every other Tuesday, there's another Street Fighter crossover coming out with Power Rangers.
Yeah, right.
It's been a lot of fun to see. You mentioned Jason David Frank. You know, what was it like, you know, looking back on your time working with him? Obviously, you know, in retrospect, now that he's no longer with us, how do you look back on that time with Jason?
I mean, like I said, it was just a dream come true. I mean, he was such a nice man, and he was just, as a martial artist, you know, lifelong martial artist growing up, and then meeting him as the person that he was, as the man that he was, and how dedicated he was as a martial artist, and just his depth of knowledge about martial arts, not just, you know, one or two, but like so many of them. I mean, I don't know, it was one of the most enlightening experiences of my life, you know, and it's one of the most grateful things that I have of my life, the greatest honor that I have of my life, to be able to, you know, call him a friend, and to have learned from him, to have not only known him as, you know, a colleague, but also just as a man himself, and kind of see the depth of as he was as a human being. I mean, his dedication to his fans, and how much he really cared about people, how much he cared about his students. I don't know how to explain it, but he just, you know, he's a one-of-a-kind person, and I don't know how I was so lucky to be able to get to know him, but it happened, and I'll cherish it forever.
You have over 60 acting credits, 60 stunt credits. You know, obviously, Power Rangers is a very martial arts heavy show, and so how did you incorporate your martial arts experience into portraying Ryu?
Well, you know, I mean, Ryu, the character himself, you know, I was a big Street Fighter fan growing up too, and Ryu, the character, I mean, his whole life is really just that he wants to become the best version of himself, the best, you know, not even just the best version of himself, but the champion of the world, right? And it's just the amount of humbleness that he has of just, I'm going to train, I'm always going to challenge myself. And that is the type of spirit that you need as a martial artist to become great. And that's something that I really tried to embody growing up. I don't know if it was because of him per se, but I mean, I grew up playing that game, and then you see it on there, and I think subliminally it kind of got it into there, and knowing that not only that, like, he's also kind of a a character that, you know, he's Japanese, but he kind of looks Caucasian, and I'm a mixed Asian person, so for me, it's just like, it felt like it's just such a great fit, because not only, even it's just like thinking about it, like, you know, kind of on a different kind of way, of just like, this totally could be my kind of story, because it makes sense that he would be a mixed Asian person, because he's Japanese, but he's also, you know, during that time when, you know, this story takes place, you know, there's a lot of like, Americans, you know, in the Japanese history and stuff like that. So I mean, maybe I'm creating my own story with it. But at the end of the day, though, you know, when it came to the way that, you know, Ryu kind of embodies a martial artist, the way that the attitude that he has of becoming the best that he can, and then also even just the racial thing, because, you know, growing up in you know, in America, sometimes everybody wants to categorize you into one thing, but I'm mixed, so I can't categorize anywhere. And then I found my place, you know, in this kind of character, which is so hard to find sometimes, especially in today, because a lot of times, you know, your characters they're one race, and that's it. So
to close out today, first of all, the Ryu Ranger's got to be one of the coolest suits that has ever been designed for Power Rangers. I mean, it's absolutely incredible, and the fact that it was made specifically for the Street Fighter crossover is so special. I mean, so we're gonna settle a debate here today. So your helmet is fully gold. Right. But the body of the suit is all white, but then there's also red accents too. What color Ranger are you?
I would say roll. I'd say I'm the Crimson Hawk. That's so it's Ryu Ranger, but it's Crimson Hawk Ranger. When I morph, it says Crimson Hawk, yeah. And then and that's what comes around me. So I'd have to say it's red.
All right. My favorite Red Ranger, Peter Jang. Thank you so much for watching.